Hi, it's Ian here. Welcome to another marketing Q&A video, this time with my fancy new camera. This week's question is from Shakya. Shakya is an expert on mindfulness for business, which is an increasingly popular topic, but still not yet mainstream. And that's the essence of Shakya's problem. Shakya says he's still in the startup phase without a history of people buying his product, so I just can't use my experience as a guide. Because obviously, if you want to do good marketing, if you want to have the right product, you need to understand the problems, the challenges, the fears, the goals, the aspirations of your ideal clients in order to make the right products, in order to know how to market well. And if you're just in a startup phase and you haven't got that experience with your clients, it's difficult to know what that is. So Shakya says, I do know there are lots of people searching for mindfulness and it's still growing exponentially according to Google Trends, but who are they and why are they searching for it? If I knew that, I'd be away. Is there a way of finding that kind of information out? And this is something that applies to a lot of businesses that are either in startup mode, or maybe you're changing who you're focusing on with customers, or maybe you just don't understand as much about your customers and what they want as you would like. But you don't have a big pool of existing customers that you can just ask, what is it that you want from my products? What are your problems, your fears, your challenges, etc. So after the break, I'll explain how, without having an existing customer base, you can build up that market knowledge. Hi, welcome back. So the challenge is you want to understand for your your target clients, what their goals, their aspirations, their problems, their challenges, their hopes and fears are, so you can do great marketing and you can produce great products for them. But if you don't have an existing client base, you can't easily tap into those potential clients. How do you find out what it is they really want and need and care about? Well, I'm going to give you three methods for doing that. The first method is a method that you can use to get a broad brush, get some of the demographic information about them, and that's to use Facebook. So you'll usually find for most topics, I'm sure mindfulness is one for Shakya, that there are some quite big pages on Facebook that your ideal or potential clients will like. So that's either because there's a well-known expert in the field that they like their page, or some groups or associations, or just a page to do with the topic. Now, if there's a very big popular page on Facebook, or more than one of them, then you can use the Audience Insights tool on Facebook to find out more about that page. Now, you'll need to have an advertising account. You can set one of those up without actually running any ads. You set it up, you go through the process of setting up an ad and kind of create a dummy one, but then the minute it's set up, you pause it so the ads don't run, and then that gives you access to the Audience Insights tool. And with that, you just put in the name of the page, and provided it's big enough and popular enough, it'll come back with all sorts of information about the age, the sex, the geographies of the people who really like that page. It'll also tell you other pages on Facebook that they like, and in certain circumstances, especially in the US, it'll tell you things like household income, geography. So of course, it'll tell you geography everywhere, household income, net worth, and it'll tell you all sorts of other factors about them. So you can get some basic demographic information about your target clients. Second thing you can do is you can go to where they already hang out. So if there are established LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, or forums, anywhere where those sort of people go and talk and discuss the particular area that you could potentially help them with, then obviously join those groups, add value to those groups, something you should probably be doing anyway. But the key thing here is just ask people questions. So come up with a simple 2, 3, 4, 5 question survey, something very quick that people can give you the sort of feedback you're looking for about what their big problems and challenges are, for example, or what they really like to achieve, whatever it is that's appropriate in your field. Don't make the survey really, really long. Keep it nice and short so you'll get a good high return rate. And just tell people what you're doing. Go out to that group and say, look, I'd really like to understand more about what it is people are trying to achieve here, or whatever your question is. Would you go off and complete my very short 2-minute survey, please? And what you'll find is, even without any kind of incentive, the people who are the most enthusiastic and the most interested in that topic are very keen to share their experiences and share their opinions. Now, it just so happens that the people who are the most keen to share opinions and are very enthusiastic about a topic are also potentially very good potential clients. So you're kind of getting the right people with the survey. I would always make sure that kind of the last question of your survey is a question where you just ask them, please provide your name and email address if you'd like me to send you the results of the survey, for example. So that can be the incentive, is they get to see the aggregated results of what everyone else is saying. Now, the final method is to use paid advertising. Now, Shakya said in the case of mindfulness that there are a lot of people searching for it on Google. There may also be a lot of people kind of interested in it or who like lots of pages related to it on Facebook, or who are identifiable on LinkedIn that you can run adverts to. And what I would do there is I would create a free report or a checklist. So, if you're interested in if what you deliver is mindfulness for business, and lots of people are searching on mindfulness for business or whatever those phrases might be, then create a short report or a short checklist on mindfulness for business. Offer it to people via a Google AdWords ad or Facebook or LinkedIn, whichever one's most appropriate for you. And then when they go to the landing page to get the free report or the free checklist, and they have to sign up to get that, they provide their email address, and on the thank you page, after they've provided their email address, give them the free thing that you promised, but also invite them to take your survey, the same one that we just mentioned in point number 2. So what's going to happen there is 2 things. One is you're going to get a number of people who are active in your marketplace searching for what it is that you have to offer, if in the case of Google AdWords, and they're going to be completing your survey for you. So you're going to be finding out that useful market research you were looking for to know what it is you really want to offer them. But the second thing is, of course, because you're capturing their email addresses, these are people searching for what it is you had to offer. These are potential clients. So not only are you doing your market research and paying a little bit for it because of the Google AdWords costs, but you're also doing lead generation at the same time. You're identifying, getting the email addresses of potential clients or customers. And then, of course, you can follow up with really good high-value emails, ideally answering some of the questions that they said were problems or challenges for them or goals they had in the survey they completed for you. So you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, both doing your market research and doing lead generation at the same time. Now, of course, you need some kind of lead magnet you're going to use to give away for free. So you do need to know a little bit about that marketplace, but all you need to do is to know enough to make something useful, like in Shakya's case, a mindfulness for business checklist of the 5 most important factors to get it right or to implement it in your organization, for example. Or you could try 2 or 3 different lead magnets, see which one people latch on to most. So you don't have to know everything about them. That'll come from them completing the survey. Okay, that's it for today. That was 3 methods for finding out more about your target clients, your target market, when you don't already have a big established customer base and it's not easy for you to tap into them. Try those 3. They will work for you and they'll get you going. Once you have got those customers, you can ask them more in-depth questions, find out even more about them. See you soon on another video. Cheers.